It's the beginning of the end when things end up in Senate hearings and international investigation and legal challenges and class actions. It's over, right? As a podcaster, what do you see as the next big story for you and the next era you see yourself contributed to as an independent voice?
Gosh, that's a really big question. I think that the COVID era is not quite over as much as people would say that it is. I mean, the fact that AstraZeneca was successfully sued in the High Court in the UK, like you said, is pretty indicative that it's coming to a close. I might be able to continue on with that for, I would say, about another 3 to 4 months. After that, I think it's going to be the censorship battle that is going to probably take center stage, because I think that that's only going to get, depending on how you look at it, worse or better. And it it's I think for us, it's going to become a real battleground for independent users, because I found out over the last week about NewsGuard, which is very similar to the Trusted News Initiative, although this is now something that is funded by the Department of Defense to the tune of millions of dollars. And the whole point of that is to keep people and to censor independent news media that's coming out of America, but also globally. I think that YouTube and channels like that are just making it even more difficult to be an independent news producer. But there are hope, and Rumble is certainly becoming much more powerful. They will push back against that, but it's important to remember that Rumble still doesn't have the reach or the brand recognition of YouTube. And last estimate, I believe it's 40 to 60% of Australians are still completely unaware of Rumble. So this is a huge potential audience that myself and yourself and other independent creators can try and tap into. And that's my real hope for now. Whether they come after Rumble, I think they already are. And we're just going to have to stick in there and keep fighting the fight.
That's why I remain in politics, so that perhaps we can write some legislation to ensure the freedom of our future news platforms. But look, thank you so much for joining us today. Where can people find you and how can they help you to become and maintain this podcasting lifestyle that we know is so unbelievably glamorous?
Yeah, well, one of the good things of having a very unusual name is I'm very easy to find online, although perhaps not so much in Google. So I'm just under Victor Dalziel on Rumble, Instagram, and also Twitter. I'm new to Twitter, so please be gentle. I love your Twitter account, by the way. Very inspirational work. And yeah, if you want to get involved, please obviously just subscribe to my Rumble channel. I've got a lot of very interesting guests coming up from the conference, but also just people that within the community. I'm trying to steer away from just being another talking head promoting academics and doctors and experts. I think what I'm going to do over the next 12 months is try and engage a little bit more just with community people, community leaders, activists, and people on the ground, and less so with the expert class.